Welcome to JayzTwoCents exclusive insider coverage of CES 2014. Our trip this year is brought to you by Aqua Tuning, your global source for PC modding and cooling components, and by Sennheiser, the pursuit of perfect sound, and of course, by generous viewers like you. So strap in with JayzTwoCents as he takes you on a wild ride through CES 2014.
Hey guys, JayzTwoCents here, CES 2014, and I'm standing here with Mark from MSI, and they've got a lot of really cool stuff that they're going to be showing you this year at CES. And right off the bat, we're going to take a look here at some graphics cards. They've got some stuff you've already seen, some new stuff, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to hand it over to Mark. I'm going to let him tell me what we're taking a look at here, what's new for this year, and what you guys can expect as gamers when it comes to these awesome graphics cards. So Mark?
Well, hi. Let me start off with what's we've been doing so good for 2013 that we want to continue on for 2014, especially with the segment of our theme. You know, the blue is for mainstream, the red is for the gaming series, and then the yellow is for overclocking. And we want to continue this trend, and hopefully it will carry us on for 2014. Well, let's start with the high-end stuff that we have new available, which is the R9 290X Lightning, which is this one. If you can pick it up.
The R9 290X Lightning. Now, you guys have been begging for aftermarket cooling on the 290 because you know they run hot from the factory. So not only did MSI come out with their aftermarket cooling solution, but it's the Lightning edition on top of that, which, correct me if I'm wrong, we're talking about unlocked voltage,
yes.
Huge overclocking gains on this.
BIOS for LN2.
Now, what are we talking about temperature-wise on these?
Temperature-wise, right now, I don't have that specific information, but I will say probably around 70 to 80, but you know, I could be wrong.
Right.
I haven't really tested these cards. These are still like new, hasn't been released.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time the world is seeing these cards. But I mean, you guys know, if you've checked out any of the 290X coverage, I mean, these things are running 90, 95 degrees Celsius with reference cooling. So we're talking now 70s, even 80s is acceptable when you talk about unlocked voltage and you're talking about overclocking. Looks like some of the power requirements here, we're looking at, what, two 8-pin?
It's required with the two 8-pins, but the 6-pin at the end is actually optional. And you only use that if, like, let's say you want to do more extreme overclocking, and it just increase the power more to do overclocking.
Okay, so the 6-pin is only required if you're going to be doing extreme overclocking with the card, giving it more auxiliary power.
Yes.
Yeah, the fan profile on this looks great. Now, thickness, is this still a dual
Yeah, this
slot?
is actually thicker than the 780 Lightning. Because the 780 Lightning was our first. The design was our first generation, so this is actually something we changed it up a little bit. We took out a couple of the heat pipes, but when you take it out, you know, of course, how are we going to retain the cooling, you know? So what we did, we expanded the heat sink right here. So
right, the heat sink itself is larger.
Yes.
Now explain the smaller fan in the middle. I know you guys use it on the 780 as well, but go ahead and explain that.
Each individual fans have their own control, so that's why we designed it like that. So it will be easier for end user to control their own fan, the speed of it, and how fast you want it to spin.
Now, does this feature the same boot up reverse spinning technology that the gaming cards are using?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, that is a beast. How long is this card?
I think I don't have that information.
It looks long. I mean, at least 11 and a half.
The same size. Well, the lengthwise, it should be the same size as 780 Lightning.
Okay, so about the same size as 780.
Yeah. Because
wow. Well, now I see some plugs here on the back. Do you know what these are? They look like available fan ports on the back.
Yeah, this should be the. Oh yeah, the V checkpoint. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. And brand new stuff. I mean, it's expected. So okay, so V checkpoint. We got. All right, so that's pretty awesome there. So you're not relying on software to tell you what your voltage inputs are on this thing. If you're wanting to do extreme overclocking, I mean, you can hook up a multimeter to it and just check actual voltage on a multimeter and forget software altogether. Yes. Okay, so what else are we looking at over here?
New this year is also the GTX760 Gaming ITX. This is the first ever 760 ITX. There's no other in the market right now available. And the good thing about this is that it retained the clock speed and the performance as this reference 760. So which is but it's in a smaller form factor. Yeah.
So you're talking extremely compact card here, perfect for your ITX builds or home theater PCs or wherever you need a small form factor, but you're not sacrificing any of the speed or performance by going smaller. Now, what about the cooling on this?
Yeah, the cooling, this is the first ever also with the Radix cooling fan. Basically, the way it blows out different directions, so it has a better airflow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure you have adequate case cooling with that, but the design of this, we're looking at, see, in the past we've had cards get extremely large, as you can see here, but at the same time, if you want to build a small form factor case, you're able to retain a very good amount of power here in a small form factor. What I like about this is you debuted it at the same time that you provided me with the ITX, the Z87 ITX gaming motherboard, and it fits on the board perfectly without extending past the board. So depending on the type of case you're using, you're able to maintain a nice compact fit and still have power supplies that don't interfere with the motherboard, depending on which case you go with. So there you go, guys. We've got a lot of different video cards here, but the main things we're focusing at here, 290X Lightning. It's a massive beast. And then flipping it on the other side, we've got the 760 ITX video card here. Small form factor with no real compromise. It's been JayzTwoCents CES 2014 here with Mark. Thank you very much for showing me those graphics cards. And make sure you follow us on Twitter for all of the CES coverage. And as always, I'll see you in my next video.
I love you, Jay.
I love you guys.